Good morning.
Good morning.
We're here in Animal Kingdom. We are going into Tiffins today for the first time here in Animal Kingdom, and it's a Latin and African-inspired restaurant, so we're excited to check it out. This is our first time here.
I've been eyeing this restaurant for many years now, and we haven't eaten here yet, so I'm looking forward to it. I heard the food's amazing. A little bit more on the pricey side, so I think we've been holding off because we usually have the kids with us.
Right.
And, you know, for a family of 5, you're talking probably a couple $100.
So. It adds up quick. But,
menu's looking amazing. I can't wait to get in there and check it out. When we started going to the Mara at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, I think that's when I really got into the African-inspired food.
Definitely. There's so many good spices and flavors, and the smells around here are awesome. So we're excited to get in there and share it with you guys.
Join us at the table.
Some really intricate carvings on the woodwork over here. That's really cool.
All right, fun facts by Carrie.
Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with like the meaning behind names and things. Like when we were having kids, I had a ball looking at the meaning of names. But anyways, so I looked up the meaning of the word tiffin. The meaning of tiffins is a South Asian word for light meal, typically like a lunch or a light breakfast.
I don't think this is going to be a light meal.
I don't think so either.
I'm going for the works here. Appetizer, entree, maybe dessert. I don't know. We'll see.
Do we ever make it to dessert? Hardly ever, unless the kids are there and we all split it.
Yeah, that's true. It depends what they're offering though. For dessert. All right, we're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
I just looked at the menu. You know what they have for dessert?
What?
A white orange crème brûlée.
Oh my! Like a white chocolate?
Yes.
Oh dear.
I'm trying to figure out what these things are.
It's like a metal version of Tupperware.
Really? This is what they used to use back then. Much more fancy than the ones nowadays, huh?
Oh, it's pretty.
This is nice.
That's gold foil. So those little containers out on top of the sign are called tiffins. Those are actually like little lunch containers. That's why you have the little fork and spoon clipped on the side of them.
Okay.
We were just given like a whole host of information by the hostess. She's very knowledgeable about all the artwork and all the history that's in here. There's a lot to look at in here.
There is.
It's really cool.
It's very cozy in here.
Yes, nice warm colors and everything.
All right, so here's the menu, the appetizers. Everything is looking amazing, by the way. And then we have main courses here. And for an appetizer, our server recommended the Tiffins Signature Bread Service. She said this is very popular and delicious. And in the back of the menu, they have specialty cocktails. They have some draft beers here. Congalouche Spiced Excursion Ale. Say that 5 times in a row. And they have bottled and canned beers here. And Traveler's Flights. So they have a Chardonnay flight, Cabernet flight, and a beer flight. Neat. And they have some non-alcoholic cocktails as well. I'm going to order the Hibiscus Henne, which is watermelon, hibiscus, soda water, and lime juice.
And I'm ordering the Zingiber Fizzie, which is passion fruit, mint, ginger beer, and lime juice.
So we got our mocktails. This table's looking pretty.
This is really good. This is like one of my favorite mocktails. It's very, it's like a good fizz, a little bit of like it's like the ginger beer gives it like a little bit of a kick, but it's sweet with the passion fruit. It's a really nice combo. I want to try to make this at home.
And here's my Hibiscus Henne. Look at this. It's got like a nice wedge of lime on there. This is looking delicious. We're going to start with an appetizer. We're going to get the Tiffins Signature Bread Service, Thai red curry, milk bread, payo de yuho, papadum, coconut curry sauce, guava sauce, ginger pear chutney. That sounds so good.
It does.
All right, so we got our bread service. Look at the presentation here.
Yes.
It's like a tower.
All right, so we have the Thai red curry milk bread and the coconut curry sauce. Then we have the papadum with the ginger pear chutney. And then the top level is the Brazil bread with the guava sauce.
Start from the bottom, work our way up here?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
Excuse me. The milk bread is really good on its own. It's not spicy, but there's like spices in it. So if you have a kid that's eating with you, give them this, but don't put the curry on it. Unless they're really spicy. The curry's got good heat, but it's like warm. It's not overwhelming. That's really yummy.
I don't even know what to say. The bread is so good. And the sauce, the coconut curry sauce is amazing. I want to just like eat that by the spoonful. That would be so good in like rice as well. I wish I could like bring home a whole container of that.
What you got there, Seth?
I asked the server if I could buy a separate container of it to bring home. She said they don't do that, but she brought out a couple of ramekins for me, so this will have to do until next time. All right, time for the next one here. So these look like pita chips.
Yeah, it's a very lightweight sort of, I guess maybe like a pita bread. That's more like a chip. Curious about the chutneys. I'm wondering if it's going to be spicy, sweet, both. I'm assuming both. Okay, so that's like, it's got the consistency of like a tortilla chip, but it's very light, very easy to chew. It tastes more like a spiced pita bread. And the mango ginger chutney, is that what it is? Ginger pear chutney, that is so good. That's an excellent pairing. So it's definitely like a savory, sweet combination here. This is good.
That one's good. It's not my favorite. The chip kind of threw me off because I was expecting like a corn tortilla taste because that's the shape they're in. But it's more like a bread flavor. Yeah, it's good. I definitely like the texture. I like the crispiness, and the chutney is very good. That's something more on the sweeter side. I love how there's like chunks of pear in there too, so it's good. This is a sauce that I feel like maybe they should give you more because I feel like I want to add a bunch of that. There's not a whole lot in there, so yeah. Once again, it's good. It's just I think the sauce I would like better than the chip. All right, we're at the top level here. Oh wow, stretchy.
Yeah.
I like how you go light on the sauce at first.
You don't know. Just gonna set your mouth on fire. It's light and chewy. It's almost like a souffle sort of texture. And then you have this sweet guava sauce. I love guava. I've been really into like guava jams and stuff. And so it just pairs nicely. You get the savory cheesy bread with the really sweet jam. I think this is my favorite. And this is the warmer of all the bread, so I'd probably eat this one first. I think we went the wrong direction.
Oh, okay. Top and bottom, guys.
It's good though.
All right, this one was good. I think this was my second favorite. I love the guava sauce. Was really good. Very sweet. The bread was really good. It actually took me a couple times to get used to the middle because it is like a cheese bread, and it was kind of like almost like a mozzarella consistency on the inside, but it was like mixed into the bread, so it was the texture was a little weird for me. But after a couple of times, I got used to it, and it tasted really good. It's really good on its own, really good with the sauce. Yeah, I would put this second. So for number one, I'm going to go with the Thai milk bread with the coconut curry sauce. That was amazing. Second is the Brazilian cheese bread, and then third is going to be the chutney, the pear chutney with the chips. It's not a chip technically, but
it's challenging your idea of what a bread service is.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. You expect all bread, but yeah, this is it's bread in different forms, which is kind of interesting. All right, I'm going to order the buttered chicken, which is chickpea rice, croquette, English peas, young squash, pickled onion, and that's $39. So the server just enlightened me that the butter chicken is a former chef's at this restaurant, his wife's family recipe. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Well, I'm going to order the tamarind-braised short rib, which is a brown butter carrot puree, cipollini onions, medjool date, bacon jam, and roasted heirloom carrots, and that's $51. Yeah, so here is my short rib. This looks really good. I'm excited to dig in. Nice presentation.
Very nice presentation.
Yeah. This is like my size meal. It's not too big, you know? It's not too overwhelming. I like a smaller portion. You don't even need a knife. It's like, melts like butter.
Oh, wow.
It's very tender. So the braised short rib was like, you just cut right into it with your fork. I have my knife out, but you really don't need it. That was cooked perfectly. It had a really good sauce on top. And then you could pair it with the medjool date bacon jam that they had here, which is like subtly sweetened. I've never had like a date sweetened savory jam like that before. So you could kind of dip it in that, but also they have this carrot puree, which you can also dip it in. So there's like all these different flavor combinations, which was just really tasty. They had the onions, which tasted good with the medjool jam also. The carrots, it was like 3 types of carrots. The puree, then they had shaved carrots, and then the roasted carrots. And those were good. The only complaint I would say is that like the roasted carrot puree was like just a little too salty. But other than that, everything else was just perfection. I would definitely get this again. This wonderful. I could see the fuss, about this place. I'm really quite impressed.
And here's my butter chicken. This is also presented very well. It's pretty good. I think we're gonna have room for dessert. But looking at this meal, it's not a ton of food. And mine was just as good as yours, Carrie. It's hard to come up with anything that is wrong about this dish. It was just too good. So to start, like the chicken was cooked to perfection, nice and tender. It gave you 2 different cuts. It was like a chicken breast and then the chicken leg, and both were equally good. Even though like I tend to like the darker meats because it's usually more tender, but I felt like the breast was also just as tender. It was delicious. So the chicken leg also had like part of a thigh in there as well, and they left the skin on and gave it a nice char. And I typically won't eat the skin, but in this case, it was nice and charred, and I couldn't resist. It was so good. So it came with a chickpea rice croquette. I've never had that before. That's kind of like a falafel. Had similar flavor profile to that. Again, it was perfect. The sauce was really good. It was a little bit on the spicier side, so if you're sensitive to that, you might want to at least let them know that, to cut down on the spice a little bit. The vegetables were good. The pickled onion, I think it was, that was delicious. I mean, it's such a little minor thing. There's like just 2 of them in there, but they made the dish. They tasted so good with everything else, and all the different ingredients like went so well together, just like yours, Carrie. You could have any sort of combination, and the bite is gonna taste just as good as all the others. The crispy onions were good. I'm a huge fan of crispy onions. These, I felt like these were like more on the homemade side. I'm sure they were. And what else? So yeah, I would certainly get this one again. I thought the portion size was maybe a little bit smaller than what I was hoping to get. As I'm eating the meal, I didn't really care so much about that at that point because just the flavors were really that good. And actually, I'm kind of full because we did get an appetizer, and I think I might have a little bit room left here for dessert.
Really?
That's what we're hoping for, right? All right, do I win the Clean Plate Club? What do you think? There is a bone on there.
I think it counts.
Okay, so I get a sticker. I think we have a little bit of room left here for dessert. Look at this. Wow, this is beautiful. Oh, we got a little Mickey.
Yeah. Oh, that had a satisfying crunch on the top.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like a perfect bite.
You get a loose leaf tea selections. Oh, very cool. So you buy the pressed pot for $6.25, and you can choose the type of tea you want.
Oh, that's cool. A little tea service.
And then Joffrey's coffee. Look at this. This all looks good. Maybe I'll get a cup of coffee. Sumatra. That's what we drink at home.
Oh, really? They have that?
Shade grown, organic, espresso. I'm gonna get that. And hot coffee cocktails. Mustang coffee. So that's Crown Royal whiskey, brown sugar, butter, Indonesian blend coffee. Butter.
Butter makes it better.
Don't you do that?
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Don't you put butter in coffee once in a while?
Yeah, I've done that before. If you're looking to do, they call it bulletproof coffee, you take grass-fed butter, you throw it in the blender, and you put hot coffee in it, and you whip it up. It's like a latte. And I'm not gonna make it. I almost made a coffee joke. I stopped myself. So John Rohde, who's one of the famous Disney Imagineers, he was responsible for, I think, most of the design, or a lot of the design here at Animal Kingdom. And they just announced yesterday that he's actually coming back as an Imagineer in some capacity. They're not sure what, but I think it has to do with maybe the renovation that they're going to be doing over in Dino Land. So he's been very involved with like keeping the original concept of Animal Kingdom as it is. So he was involved like with all the Pandora stuff and everything. So yeah, so we were learning quite a bit about him and his influences. You can see like sketches and pictures of him in the lobby area, and the menu. I think that drink is named after his wife, because he would design tattoos for her, a new tattoo he would do the artwork for with each of their travels. So one of the drinks is called Jen's Tattoo. So we got the hostess was awesome. She was like so excited and sharing a lot about the Disney knowledge and everything about everything in here. So it's fun when you meet cast members who are so enthusiastic and knowledgeable about Disney and where you are. You can learn a lot, so it's nice.
These totem poles here were originally found at Camp Minnie and Mickey, located where Pandora is now. They were out in the elements for a while, and they were painted. They lost one because, I don't know, I think the rain got to it, but they had to go through a whole restoration process before repurposing them. So they removed all the paint. So I'm not sure how the heck they got all that paint off. But,
yeah.
Pretty amazing. But also, these totem poles were carved by an artist in Bali. I think a whole family of artists in Bali, and they also carved the carving up in the front of the lobby behind the front desk. All right, so that was delicious.
That really was. That was a nice experience. Like they really put a lot of thought and effort to not only like the food and the menu, but the artwork, and the staff there was really wonderful, incredibly informative, and very passionate about their work there. So that was a special experience.
When we walked into the restaurant, we were greeted by Beth. And she was the greeter of the restaurant today. And
Hi, Beth.
Hi, Beth. Thank you so much. And she showed us around the restaurant, showed us different artifacts and what they all meant, and just taught us the history of the restaurant, which tied into the whole park.
Yeah.
You know, and Joe Rohde, and just the significance of all the different artists and families that were involved in making this place so special. Mm-hmm. So. That was really nice.
Yeah.
But that was the start of it.
Right.
That was before we even ate.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Before we sat down.
Yeah. So the portion size was a little bit shocking at the beginning, but...
Really?
Yeah.
I was delighted.
Well, it's perfect for you, but I like a lot of food, and if I'm paying a lot of money, I want to have a lot of food, but...
But I think that's the wrong idea.
So I had an epiphany. So if you get a lot of something really good, it's not going to taste as good.
Yeah.
I feel. So if you get less, you go a little slower, you appreciate it more.
Yes.
And honestly, when I started eating and I realized how good the food was, it's rich.
Yeah.
It was enough. It was enough for me. It really was, honestly.
Yeah. It slows you down a little too, which I think helps.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, the food was... I feel like it's one of the best on property for sure.
Yeah.
I was so impressed with every single part of the dish, like even down the little bits that were on the plate.
Yeah.
It all had a meaning.
Yeah.
You know? And
they all tied together.
It really did.
It's signature dining, and it shows at that restaurant for sure. They did a great job, and you can tell the chefs take it very seriously. Like the sauces, all the tiny little, like you're saying, all the little details, it all mixed together so beautifully. But that is a wonderful... That's a great restaurant. That's up there.
Total bill with the discount, because they do offer DVC annual pass discounts, was $160, which, I mean, yes, it's quite a bit, but for signature dining and the caliber of the food that they're putting out there is top notch. A couple next to us, it was actually his birthday, and they were celebrating, and they've come to the restaurant quite a bit. Huge Disney fans. It was funny talking to them.
Yeah.
But she ordered shrimp and grits. He ordered Szechuan noodles. And just so you guys know, they were very impressed with those dishes as well.
Yeah.
So, I feel like you can't really go wrong with any of the menu items there.
Yeah, everything was really good. We'll definitely be back, and yeah, definitely recommend that if you're looking for a fancier dining experience here at Animal Kingdom. This is your spot.
All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. We enjoyed making this one, and we will see you next time.
Bye.